This was me not that long ago, overwhelmed, exhausted, and honestly just trying to get through the day. But things have changed. My cleaning routine now isn't about chasing perfection. It's about saving my mental health. If you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious or depressed, you're not alone. Today I'm sharing the routine that's helping me move away from depression and find peace in my home again. Simple steps, real life, and hope. Let's do this together. I've lived with depression my entire life. As a child, I didn't have the words for it, but looking back, I can see it was there all along. Over the years, I've tried so many medications until I finally settled on Effexor. And while it helps, medication can only do so much. If I miss a dose, I notice right away. But what I've learned is that my environment plays a huge role too. The state of my home directly affects the state of my mind, and not just mine, but my husband's as well. Our whole family has faced mental health challenges, anxiety, depression, and bipolar, so this is not new to me. It took me years to admit out loud that I was depressed. Sitting in a chair, telling a doctor that I needed help, it felt like one of the lowest, most sinking moments in my life. But looking back, I realized that it was actually one of the strongest moments, because admitting you need help takes courage. When I see the old footage of my kitchen at its worst, some people might think it looks embarrassing, even disgusting, but I don't see it that way anymore. I see a woman who was struggling, but still showed up. I see honesty, and I believe that sharing our journeys openly is important, because for so many years, I didn't feel heard or understood. Today, I can look back on that video, and then look at my kitchen now and feel proud. Proud of the changes I've worked so hard to make these past few weeks. Proud that I can finally talk about it out loud. There's a sense of strength in being able to say, yes, this is my story, and I'm moving forward. And I want to share that feeling with all of you. So today's video isn't just me narrating what I'm doing around the house. Yes, you'll see me clean, and I hope that it gives you motivation, or maybe even just some calm background while you tackle your own day. But more than that, I want you to hear the story behind it. I want you to know why my cleaning routine looks different now, how it's tied to my mental health, and the way that I care for myself and my family. My hope is that as you watch, you'll find a little encouragement for your own journey. Maybe it helps you feel less alone. Maybe it helps you understand someone in your life who's struggling. Or maybe just gives you one small idea to make your own days feel a little lighter. Whatever it is, I want you to leave this video feeling loved and supported. The difference in my day today was huge. I walked into my kitchen knowing that I had chicken to package up for the freezer. And instead of instantly feeling stressed like I needed to wipe everything down, clear the space, shove this to the side, move that out of the way, I just walked in, turned on my camera, and got started. I was able to put the chicken away, clean up right after, and then roll right into making supper. Everything flowed smoothly, and it wasn't because the task itself was easier. It was because I had already set my kitchen up for success. The counters were clear, the sink wasn't piled high, and I had space to work without that cloud of overwhelm hanging over me. And that's what I mean when I talk about keeping up as I go. I'm going to tell you a personal story about the day that I didn't want to. A lot of you know that when I start hitting low points, I fight to pick my camera up, and most of the time that fight will win for a few days, a week. It's even won over for a month before. But a few weeks ago, I had one of those days where I just didn't want to pick up the camera. I didn't want to clean. Honestly, I did not want to do anything. And I sat there and I asked myself, why? Why don't I want to do this? And how will I feel if I don't? In that moment, I made a deal with myself. I said, okay, just 10 minutes. Pick up the camera, turn it on, and do this for 10 minutes. Because that day, I had a video to get out. It's been my goal to post daily, and I didn't want to break that. So I pushed through, and here's the thing. Not only did I film that day's video that needed to go out, I filmed another one too for the next day. I caught back up, and I have not looked back since. That day, I could have chosen to roll over and sink deeper into my depression, but instead I chose to stand up and fight against it. And once I got moving, once I got started, I realized something. I had won something important. I had proven to myself that even when I don't feel like it, I can still take a step forward, and that step made all the difference. I'm not saying that everybody that's fighting depression needs to get up and clean or get up and make a video and get up and whatever. But you need to get up and do something for yourself that you don't want to do that's going to make a difference for you. I don't care if that's brushing your teeth. I don't care if that's listening to your favorite songs. I don't care if it's your journaling, a walk, or just brushing your hair or taking a shower. I don't care if you're sitting in the corner of the shower just letting the water pour down onto you and you cry the entire time, but you need to get up and do something so that you can begin to feel better. Your environment matters. For me, environment plays a part in everything. When the house is a mess, functioning becomes harder. Even thinking feels like a chore because my mind gets cluttered with everything that I should be doing. That's a part of my journey, and I know not everyone feels the same way or functions the same way, but I also believe environment is a huge factor in many people's lives. Sometimes it's the physical mess around us, sometimes it's the people we're surrounded by, those who drain us or pull us down, and sometimes it's a job that leaves us feeling stuck. Whatever it looks like, our environment has the power to either weigh us down or lift us up. That's why I'm learning to create spaces and routines that support me instead of working against me. So now when I walk into the kitchen, it feels different. Before, my mind would instantly go to, I have to make dinner, but the kitchen's already a mess. And then I'll have dinner dishes stacked on top of the breakfast and the lunch ones, and it's all just going to snowball into a huge disaster I don't even want to start. But today, I walk in and I think, I'm going to make dinner, I'll clean up midway, and when we're done, the kids will wash their own plates, cups, and forks, and whatever, and I'll finish the rest, and it'll be done. And that's the difference, because there's nothing extra weighing on my mind. It's automatic now. I don't have to dread it or overthink it, because I've built a rhythm that just keeps things flowing. And for me, that's how I take control of my environment instead of letting it control me. And I can no longer say that this is just about the kitchen or about the living room or about my room. I also can't say that everything is perfect and that everything is done. My office, it looks like a complete disaster in the moment because I haven't made it this far yet. But when I do, I assure you, it's going to stay the way that I intend it to be. And this isn't about any one thing. Honestly, it started with the laundry. As foolish as that might sound, laundry was legitimately controlling my life. The basket was constantly overflowing, wet towels, dirty socks, piles that never seemed to end. And one day I finally said, enough. I told Trevor, let's put that closet in for the laundry basket that we planned on putting in 6 years ago. I bought myself another smaller basket that I could easily carry up and down the stairs, just the size of one load. And I made a promise, one load a day, no matter what. If I feel like doing two, great. But at the very least, there would always be one load done, no matter what. No excuses, no more letting it build into a mountain I couldn't face. And since then, I've stuck to it. I put it in, I take it out, I fold it, I put it away. Automatic. And let me tell you something, it has been life-changing. For years, I thought I was on top of the laundry, but I wasn't. I was missing days, letting it pile up, turning it into a dreaded chore, but now the rhythm is back. The flow is back. Today, something happened I didn't expect. I reached into the laundry hamper for my one load, and it was empty. Completely freaking empty. No socks, no towels, no hidden piles in the bathroom or bedrooms, nothing. Because I kept the flow moving, I had actually caught up without even realizing it or even trying. And in that moment, I can't even explain how happy I felt. Overjoyed, light, like I had won something big, because I wasn't even trying to get caught up. I was just doing my rhythm and sticking with it. And there it was, the hamper was empty. So you know what I did today? I set my washer to clean itself because it finally had nothing left to wash. I've also seen a change in Bella. It made me so happy tonight when we were all sitting down having waffles as a little snack before everyone went off to do their own thing. We were watching TV, laughing, and just enjoying a simple moment together. And when we finished, Bella got up, collected everyone's plates, carried them out to the kitchen, rinsed each one, and stacked it neatly in the sink. For her, that's a big change. Normally, she would just take her own plate, toss it in the sink, and be done. Honestly, that's what all of us used to do, including me. But now I can see how my change has influenced her. She's watching, learning, and mimicking the right way to do it. And that means so much to me. It helps my depression too, because I know she's seeing life the way it can be instead of the way it had been. And I'm proud of that. For a long time, I'd film resets on YouTube, maybe the kitchen, the living room, a bedroom, the bathroom. And on camera, that looks great. But behind me, what nobody saw was the other rooms in the house, a room that was still a mess. And then I'd collapse into bed, knowing that's exactly what I'd have to face first thing in the morning. Now I've started doing something different. Before I go to bed, I take just a few extra minutes to make sure those spaces are reset. And when I wake up, instead of chaos, I wake up to calm. The best part is, it doesn't even take very long anymore, because things are getting put away as they're used, managed in the moment instead of piling up for later. That little habit makes my evenings lighter and my mornings so much smoother. One thing I've really learned is that cleaning doesn't have to feel like this big punishment. For so many years, it did. I saw it as this endless list of chores, always waiting for me, always reminding me of what I hadn't done. And honestly, it fed into my depression because no matter what I did, it was never enough. But now I've started making it into something I actually enjoy. I'll put on music that I love. Sometimes it's upbeat, sometimes it's calming. Depending on what I need that day, I'll run my diffuser with one of my favorite oils or light a candle that makes the room feel cozy. Sometimes I'll even dim the lights a little or turn on a lamp instead of the overhead, so the whole space feels softer. Those small touches make a huge difference. Suddenly I'm not just scrubbing counters or folding laundry. I'm creating an atmosphere that feels good to be in. It's like I'm taking care of myself at the same time I'm taking care of the house. And that shift in perspective has been huge for my mood. Instead of dreading work, I'll find myself actually looking forward to it in little ways. Because it's no longer about just getting it done. It's about building an environment that supports me. And that, for me, has made all the difference. The truth is, I still live with depression. It hasn't just simply disappeared, and I don't pretend that it has. I've lived with it my whole life. I know it will always be part of my story. But what I've come to realize is that while there's no quick cure, there are tools. And one of the most important tools for me has been the daily rhythms in my home. For me, cleaning and routines are not about chasing perfection. They're about creating stability, structure, and peace. Things that depression often can strip away. When I keep the flow moving in my house, when the laundry doesn't pile up, when the kitchen is ready for me to cook, and when I reset a room before bed, it's not just about a tidy home. It's about giving my mind the support that it needs to function without that constant background noise of chaos. These habits don't cure depression, but they do make it more manageable. They're part they're one part of my overall mental health and wellness. Just like taking my medication matters, just like paying attention to sleep, nutrition, and the rest matter. My environment matters too. It's all connected. The state of my surroundings impacts the state of my mind. What I've learned is that small, steady wins in my home, putting away one load of laundry, wiping the counters before bed, lighting a candle while I clean, something small, steady wins for my mental health. They don't take the depression away, but they stop it from taking over. They keep me from slipping into that cycle of overwhelm where every single thing feels dark and impossible. And maybe most importantly, they remind me that I can take action even when I don't feel like it. That's powerful. Because depression often whispers that we're powerless. But these little routines prove the opposite. They show me that I'm capable of moving forward one step at a time. So no, this isn't a cure. But it's a foundation. It's a bigger part of the picture of wellness for me. Medication, self-care, environment, support, all working together. And when I see it that way, I don't feel like I'm fighting depression alone. I feel like I have tools, rhythms, and choices that help me live well in spite of it. And that to me is a victory worth celebrating. As I come to the end of this video, I want to touch on something else that has truly helped me, and that's YouTube. All of you. Honestly, I never expected it to become what it has for me. In the beginning, this channel was just a way to overcome a fear of public speaking, a fear of not being perfect, a fear of showing my life real and being judged for it. But over time, YouTube has become so much more. It has become a safe space. It's become a community. It's become a place where I could share honestly and where I could listen to others and to learn. Somewhere along the way, it shifted from just being about cleaning videos to being about connection. This space has given me friends, people I would have never otherwise met. It's given me cheerleaders, encouraging me on days when I didn't feel like I could keep going. And it's given me people to cheer for too, which is just as important because cheering for others and celebrating their wins has lifted me up just as much as being encouraged myself. YouTube has legitimately changed my life. It's been an unexpected push in exactly the direction I didn't know that I needed to go. Through this channel, I've learned that I don't have to be perfect to be valuable. I don't have to have all the answers to share my story. What I need is honesty, consistency, and heart. And those are the things I can always give. And you all, this community, You've changed me in incredible ways. By showing up, by sharing your comments, by letting me know I'm not alone, you've helped me grow. You've helped me see myself differently. You've helped me fight my depression in ways that I myself didn't even know that I needed. My hope is that I've done the same for some of you. That by opening my life and sharing my journey, the messy parts and the progress, that you feel a little less alone. Maybe you find motivation, maybe you find understanding, maybe you just take one small idea with you into your own day. If that's happened, then this whole journey has been worth it. For me, YouTube is no longer just about videos. It's about community building, where we encourage each other, where we share honesty, and where we remind each other that we're all imperfect, but we are all still worthy of love, joy, and peace, and that's something I'll never stop being grateful for. So in the spirit of community, I'd love to hear from you. What's one small step or routine that makes you feel more at peace in your home or in your day? Share it in the comments because your ideas might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today.
She looks in the mirror, only sees the lines. The weight of the world, the years, the time. But I see a fighter, I see a flame. She's more than the voices that whisper her name. When she feels small, when she feels weak, there's a strength inside she doesn't see. She's more than her worries, more than her fears, more than the pain she's carried for years. She's beauty, she's courage, she's love, she's light. She's more than she knows, and she shines so bright. She carries the burden day after day. But kindness and grace are her quiet way. She doesn't see how the world's changed by her hands, but she builds up a life where love can stand. And when the night feels colder than dawn, she finds the strength to carry on. She's more than her worries, more than her fears, more than the pain she's carried for years. She's beauty, she's courage, she's love, she's light. She's more than she knows, and she shines so bright. So when the doubt comes knocking at her door, she'll remember she's always been so much more. A daughter, a sister, a mother, a friend. Her story of strength doesn't ever end. She's more than her worries, more than her fears, more than the shadows, more than the tears. She's worthy, she's radiant, steady and true. She's more than she knows, and she always knew. She's more than she knows.
As I finish today's video, I just want to take a moment to breathe with you and to look back through everything that we've talked about. My home hasn't always been calm. My mind hasn't always been free from depression. But through small, simple routines, keeping up as I go, resetting in the evenings, tackling laundry one load at a time, I've found rhythms that support my mental health in ways that I never expected. And the truth is, this has not just been about chores. It's been about building a foundation for wellness, one that includes medication, self-care, community, and the way I care for my environment. None of these things are a cure on their own, but together they give me the tools that I need and strength and peace. YouTube has been such an important part of that journey. This space and all of you have given me encouragement, friendship, and connection. You've pushed me forward on days where I just really didn't want to do anything. And my hope is that by sharing my story, maybe I've given some of that back to you too. Thank you for spending this time with me, for listening, for letting me share my heart. I love you. You are perfect as you are, and I mean that. And I'll see you in the next one. Happy cleaning. Bye-bye.